Welcome to the Meet the Team podcast. I'm Brady Jolly. I'm here with my friend Clay, plumbing service technician for us. Man, we're pumped to have you. Just going to get to know you a little bit today and talk a little bit about your journey in the trades and journey with Jolly, man. So kick us off by just telling us about like what you like to do for fun, your family, where you grew up, all that sort of stuff.
So I like to play basketball, scuba dive, hang out with my family.
Scuba dive?
Yep.
What? How didn't I know that?
Yeah, I've been about 2 years now.
Really?
Yep.
No way. Where do you scuba dive?
So whenever we go, we travel a lot.
Yeah.
So every time we travel somewhere overseas, I go scuba diving at every place we go to.
That's sweet, man. I didn't know that. All right. Well, I'll have to pick your brain more about that.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So Mia turns 10 this year. So you got to be 10 to become scuba certified. So that's going to be one of her big presents, and we're going to go scuba diving somewhere.
Sweet. Where do you think you'll go?
I'm trying to plan a trip to Fiji.
Whoa. Is that like unbelievable scuba diving, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So they have like beautiful coral reefs and stuff like that. So I want it to be very nice, neat first experience for her.
Man, that's awesome. That's cool. All right. And then you talk about basketball. So I know you're a basketball coach. You play down here all the time.
Yep.
Recent ankle injury. Is that healed up?
Yep.
That's good.
So I had to take about a month off because I twisted it, like a sandwich collision. So had to take off for a month, which is unfortunate because I never really had an injury before. So I never had to sit down, and it sucked.
Yeah.
And I coached middle school basketball at Bracken County. I just switched over to girls. I coached for the boys for 4 years. And now I switch over to girls so I can have an opportunity to coach my daughter in a couple of years.
Oh, that's cool. So what is it that you like about coaching?
Developing the youth and showing the love of the game, because a lot of youth coaches are way too strict and they don't want to develop but at the middle school age and even grade school age, you have to develop the love first before you can get so strict. So you can be a little strict with fundamentals and stuff like that, but you have to develop their love for the game or they're just basically shy away from it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. Need more guys like you that are, dedicated to that. It's really cool. I know we've talked a lot about that, but I think it's awesome you do that, giving back to where where you're from and like getting people involved in basketball is awesome, so that's cool. And then what about what's it meant to you just having basketball gym here in the shop? Like I know that's a good thing for camaraderie. It helps. You play once or twice a week with us a lot. What's that like? What do you like about that?
I love it. It's a good atmosphere. I can come here early and play basketball and then go to work. I don't have to worry about going out of the way somewhere else to play basketball. So it's very convenient for me. I can just come here, come upstairs, take a shower, then go straight into work versus me driving all the way to Maysville, then coming up here to come play basketball.
That's awesome, man. Well, let's dive into more work stuff. Why don't you just tell us about like your path in career in the trades and how that all went down and how you got to the position you're in now?
So I was a welder first. Then I got laid off welding. Then I was talking to my buddy Dustin and realized he worked here. I was like, oh, like plumbing. I was like, what is it about? And then he told me, he was like, I'm interested. So I applied, got hired, started my career here. I was here for about 3 years, and I loved it. Like, glad I got in plumbing. I loved welding too, but there's no money in welding unless you travel. So I didn't want to travel because I didn't want to leave my little girl. I want to be present in my little girl's life. So loved plumbing, fell in love with it, got my journeyman's in plumbing, and now I'm working on my master's. Then I was here for 3 years. Then I left for 3 years. Then I realized that I miss this place. The atmosphere is great. I love the people here. I always felt really connected when I worked here, so I wanted to come back. So I interviewed, and luckily you guys took me back.
Yeah, I think that the comeback, like we have a lot of guys who have left and came back, and some companies are like weird about that. They're like, somebody leaves, they're never coming back. Like we're not like that. Like I think actually when people leave and get experience other places and then come back, that can actually be a really good thing. Like I think you're a perfect example of that. Like I think it worked out really good, and glad to have you back. And it was like we were all pumped when you reached back out and wanted to come back. So it's all good there. I think like, when we were growing up, the trades was like, it was like a kind of a secondhand job for some people. Like people thought it was almost looked down upon, and I feel the tide's turning on that. I've been a huge advocate for like pushing, like every kid should think about it seriously, think about the trades, What's your experience been with that? Like, and what would you say to people that maybe high schoolers or kids that you're coaching who don't know what they want to do when they grow up? And what would you say about the trades? What are the advantages?
So the advantage with the trade, so whenever I was in school, we got pushed college a lot. College, college, college. You won't make nothing out of yourself unless you go to college. So I went to college, and it was not for me. Luckily, I was welding part-time and realized, oh, trade, plumbing, let's get in that. And I made a lot of money as a 19-year-old welding. So, like, there is a lot of money in trades, and a lot of people didn't discuss it back then. But now a lot of people's realizing it, and a lot of people's like, oh, wait, there's money in trades. You can make more money than going to college. So if you're very hesitant about college and you don't know what basically what you want to go to college for, or if you don't want to go to college at all, looking going to trades, because there's so many career opportunities in the trades like welding, diesel mechanic, HVAC, plumbing, and electricians. Like, there's so many opportunities out there, and you don't know unless you try it if you're going to develop a love for it. Because I would never thought I would be in plumbing. If you told me when I was 17 I was going to be a plumber, I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. And tell me again how old you are now.
29.
29. So you're 29. You've had almost 7 years of experience in plumbing.
Yep.
You're journeyman license, want to get your master's. You've had welding experience. You just talked about the travel. Like, you're in a position under 30 where you're able to, weren't you just in the Caribbean?
Yep, we went down to Jamaica.
Caribbean, Jamaica, trying to plan a trip to Fiji. Like, dude, that's awesome. That's like the story that I want to tell people about why the trades are awesome. Like, we want to put people in positions where they can travel, they can buy a house, they can raise a family financially, at a young age without a crippling student debt. And like, dude, you're an example of that. Exactly. So I love that. I mean, I want you to tell your story to everybody. I think that's really cool. Talk about working in the trades. I think a lot of times people think that it's just like grueling, the worst thing ever. It's like you're going to get up and hate your job every day. I think that that's what we were taught growing up. That's like what people think. Give us the reality. Obviously, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. But like, what's the reality of what your day-to-day is like in the trades working here every day?
So whenever I was welding, I loved welding, don't get me wrong, but I welded on airplane parts. So it's the same repetitive work every single day. So I dreaded coming to work because I knew I was on this job for like 3 weeks. So with the trade, especially service plumbing, it's something new every single day. It's not repetitive. You get something new. So I don't dread coming to work. I actually look forward to coming to work because I know I'm doing something different. It's not going to be the same repetitive work that I do every single day. So that's one good thing about the trade. And there's so many other good things that you can go over a trade, but we'll be here all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that one unique thing about what we do versus like welding or even new construction plumbing, you see a lot of customers. You're in three, sometimes 4 customers' houses a day. So unique thing about us, we practice. You were just in a skills training this morning. We practice that every week. We practice. What's it like when you come to the door? What do you say? How do you greet the customer? How do you talk to them? How do you make them feel welcome, right? Like, that's super important because we're having all these customer interactions. That's something that sets us apart, something that sets you apart. You're really good at that. You're really good at talking to people, greeting the customer, talking to the customer, walking them through, educating them. What's that part of it? Like, that's a huge part that we don't talk about. We talk about fixing stuff. We talk about working hard. Like, a lot of people think that's what trades are. Talk about the other part, the customer service, the soft skills.
So with the customer services, what helped me a lot, I started working at a young age. So I was doing tobacco at a young age, and plus I waited tables ever since I was 13. So that, I used to be, believe it or not, I used to be really shy. Then I started waiting tables, and it brought it all out. So that's where all my customer service experience from 13 until I was 19, I waited tables. So I tell people that you have to over-communicate. It's better over-communicate than under-communicate, because if you don't communicate with your customer, they're not going to feel comfortable with what you're going through, or they don't want to go with some of the options you're telling them about that they actually need in their home, but they just wasn't explained good enough.
Sure. Yeah. What would you say is your favorite thing about working at Jolly?
My favorite thing about working at Jolly is the atmosphere. I love all the people here. Everybody's really nice. When you walk in, everyone has a smile on. You can open. It's a true open door policy. You're always here. We can always walk in the office, talk to you, or Daniel or Scott. We can talk to anybody whenever we need.
Cool. our values, our mission statement, reimagining, be the name, win the day, winner's work, here to serve. Very important. Don't hesitate to educate. We talk about those things a lot. Is there one value that sticks out to you that you like resonates with you the best, that makes you the most proud to work here, that you think that you embody the most?
I think it's don't hesitate to educate. So basically, you guys develop the apprentice program very well. So you educate these new guys that wants to get into plumbing very well and let them ride around with us so we can teach them our ways so they can get into a truck their own.
Yep. And man, I think that that's cool. Like you were a product of that. You came on here green, didn't know much about plumbing, right? Learned here. And then now you're in a position where you've been a plumber a while, journeyman, you're giving back to new guys and you're training them. That's what Don't Hesitate to Educate's about. It's about always be learning and always be training, right? And we also want to be able to educate our customer. And I think that you, like all the three pillars of that value, you do a really good job of.
I appreciate that.
All right, so you get a call from dispatch. Obviously we get the jobs come over on the tablet. What's like your favorite job to see on that tablet? What type of job?
A lot of people frown upon it, but I love stack repairs.
Really? Why so?
Because it makes my day go by fast. So when I'm working on it, it feels like I'm there for 30 minutes, but I've really been there for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So I just like my day to go by quick. So stack repair, when we're cutting out that cast iron, repopping it, it's a lot of labor intensive, but it makes my day go by.
And what I like about that, it's something you can be proud of when that stack's all done, looks nice, nice and crispy. That's a good thing to see, right?
I love that.
Have you ever had to cut into a stack that was full?
Yes. And it was terrible.
How'd that go?
Basically, we call it getting baptized. So everything you don't realize it's full, so you cut into it and just water just hits you in your face.
Dirty water.
Yeah, dirty water. So you're finding somewhere the closest, take a shower real quick, and you always keep a change of clothes in your truck just in case something like that happens.
Yep, smart. All right, so on that topic, anything that's crazy that's happened to you out there, anything you can think of, like cool, crazy, wild, anything to know, like what's some of the craziest stuff that's happened to you in the field?
So I thought it was pretty neat. I know a lot of people that's not in plumbing probably won't think it's cool, but I thought it was pretty neat. I sent it in a group chat because we have a group chat together. So I was in Ohio. I was going to look at a water heater, and I went out there. Nothing was wrong with the water heater. I was like, oh, okay. It's probably only like 10, 12 years. Went out there. 1948. I was like, holy cow, this thing's still working? He's like, yeah, it's not. It's still heating, works great, and it's not leaking. We just was curious how much it would cost to get one and replace. I was like, tell you the truth, this is the oldest one I've ever seen, so I wouldn't touch it until it goes out, see how long it'll last.
That's awesome. Man, did you take pictures of that?
Yep.
You have to show me that. That's really cool. Was it wild looking?
Yeah, it was wild looking. Like, I've never seen one look like that before.
Man, that's super cool. I've never heard of one that old.
Me either. Like, that's the first one, the oldest one I've ever seen, probably like 1970, 75.
Wow.
But, like, it's old traditional. Like, it's insane. Like, the entire bottom's open out. You can actually see the entire thing working when it's heating.
That's pretty cool. All right, so what about you're working in a crawl space or working in an attic? We got to do that a lot in plumbing, obviously. What's like the last critter that you want to see climbing around in there?
So, tell you the truth, I got, like, snakes don't bother me, spiders don't bother me. Nothing like that bothers me at all. Just one thing bothers me. I can pick up a snake or spider. They don't bother me at all. But when I was younger, my brother used to chase me around with a slug. I don't like slugs.
Wow, that's one I've never heard before.
It's weird. So, like, slugs freak me out. But snakes don't. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's good. All right. Well, man, I just want to tell you, like, you are what it means to be a jolly employee. Like, you're here on time every day. You're here with a smile on your face. You're like dedicated to taking care of our customers. That don't hesitate to educate. Value, you said, is one that we see in you every day. I mean, you're just an awesome part of what we do. So, couldn't be happier to have you back. It was the first time and then back again. It's just awesome to have you. So thanks for everything you do for us, man. It's been a pleasure working with you.
No problem. Thank you.